I, Dear boy, I tell you, man, I am upset with this. Hopefully, y'all back on live screen with me again. I'm sorry, man. Come on back into the room. If we got some people coming back into the room, please come back into the room again. Uh, please come back in the room again. Uh, I don't know, man. Me and this guy, dog, this computer stuff, man. I'm so sick of this computer stuff, man. Come back in the room. Y'all come back in the room. Hopefully, y'all come back in the room. I know a lot of y'all lost me when I went. I tell you, man, me and this guy dog on a computer thing is really tripping me out, man. I'm so sorry I'm so sorry for losing y'all. If y'all come back in the room, man, I'm sorry for losing you. I'm so sorry for losing you. I did. I lost y'all. I hit the wrong button. Next thing you know, I done killed my chat. And I had a good group of people, man. And coming back in here, man, y'all come back in this show. I am so sorry I lost the screen. Just running my mouth. I was so excited about what I was talking about that I lost the screen and coming back in there. Hopefully y'all come back into the room. I hope y'all back into the room. People's coming back into the room. I'm so sorry I lost the screen. I hit the button. Next thing I know, I'm off the screen. I thought I was stopping sharing, and I had stopped my video. So I guess that's a prelude to telling me, hey, I need to wrap this thing up, man. But I was doing some good work, man. Again, I'm going to shed some wet. I'm going to just close this out because a lot of y'all coming back on. Let's recap about what we talked about. We're good. We're not going to recap about the stuff I talked about, the sermon and all that other stuff. But we're going to and I'm going to try to do this one more time. We're going to talk about this first. I just want to make sure that y'all understand. I want to make sure y'all understand. Um, I talked about this before my video went dead. I hope the same people came back in the stream, back into the stream that was doing great time, great comments. But as I'm saying this, and I'm trying to wrap this up because got another event I got to go to. As I said about 9 days ago, you're starting to see this more and more. You're starting to see evidence of this more and more of the things I said 10 days ago about what was needed to fix the Dallas defense and the building blocks of that and what they have already started to do. And you're starting to hear, you already heard about the versatile players. You're starting to hear about high IQ and / discipline. High IQ players are disciplined players when it comes to football because they understand that they can't do stupid stuff. And they understand when they do stupid stuff because they know that's their high IQ. You're gonna start hearing about the coaches motivating and being able to teach, motivating these young players and being able to teach. That's why we got a young coach staff. You're already seeing some of the guys that we have already picked up have a dog type edge to them. And then you're gonna start hearing about people accepting roles as we go through these training camps, these OTAs and all that. You're gonna start hearing people talk about fitting into their roles. So when you start hearing these things, remember they came from Coach Marv. And it's not the point of be patting on the back. It's about that's going to help you be a bigger fan and a better fan to be able to help these Cowboys and to go around and look at these Cowboys and be able to follow them. Okay. Also, I'm sorry I lost it. Man. I hope y'all coming back in. I hope people please hit the like. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. We are about 63 subscribers. I mean, no, I'm sorry, 33 subscribers off from 1,000. That's one of my goals. I want to hit that goal before this end of this month. So we're 33 away from 1,000. If you hadn't subscribed, you got some people in your friend groups that hadn't subscribed. Come on, man. Look at my bio. My bio tells you who I am. And it's one of the perfect values. I'm going to give it to you straight, and I want you to come in. If you want to support the channel, you can do it by super chats. If you're on YouTube, there's a super chat button. Push that super chat button. I'll try to give you a personal answer later on There's a star of the stars if you or a little gifts you can send. Also, if you want to support the show, we're trying to get. I'm trying to get these T-shirts out, man. The band people want some money. I'm trying to get them so I can get some printed, and then we're gonna try to see if I can get them so I can put the links in there and you can order it from them, and they're gonna do the ones that shipping the handling. All right, so these gonna be, and we're gonna have this, and the same thing. Defense is a weapon in Dallas. We're gonna also have that same thing I said. Leaders of men promote confidence, not fear. And Caleb Downs is a leader of men. He promotes confidence, not fear. That's why he can say F you, because he promoting confidence, not fear. So we want guys to be leaders of men to promote confidence, not fear, because that's what leaders of men does. They promote confidence and not fear. So that's where we wanted to go to that point. Hey man, check out my other videos. I talked about this on one of my videos. I already had to think about those 7 bullet points that I told you that we are trying to fix on defense, and you're seeing that in your face. They're showing you that in your face. And the next thing I told you, what I said about, I said, oh, bro, you remember me in Norfolk State? Hey, man, follow me on Twitter, man, on X at Coach Marv 1914, and inbox me, man, so we can touch base, man. Yeah, I was in Norfolk State from 88 to 92. I played my last year under the great coach Willie Bailey, and after that, I played with Aaron Sparrow freshman year and Rowe and McDaniel and all those guys. I played with Arthur Jemison. His all-star year, he went on to play for the Raiders. Yeah, man, I played in Norfolk State. But I told you one thing, the talent, these are the things I said talent can do. I tell you, coaches, the only thing coaches can do with talent. I went over this. This is one of my shows I did a long time ago, and I still hold this today. There's no switching up on the stuff I put out there, because it's going to be true today, true tomorrow, true 400 weeks from now, right? 1,000 weeks from now, anywhere you want to go. Coaches only can do 4 things with talent. They can motivate them, keep them motivated, refine their talent, refine their skills. Refine their skills. That's like when you get a diamond, they buff it up. They advertise it. That's how they motivate the people to buy it. Then they buff it up. Then they hold accountable. They make sure that people know that this is a bad diamond, and they don't put it in no bad settings. They put it in settings that's going to make them look good, and then they put it in the right places for it to shine. This is the same thing we do. We ask coaches to do with talent, and if our coaches don't do this with any of our players, they fail it. And last year we failed on defense because I didn't see nobody motivate on defense. I saw guys making the same damn mistakes they made 2 years ago. We didn't hold none of the talent accountable. And when we don't do these type things, you can look like you ain't got no talent, but you can look bad. And it goes back to those other 7 things. So we got to go out there and we got to adjust and do these other 7 things if we want to be a good football team come next year. And as I told people, I'm not worried. I'm more worried about the offense than I'm worried about the defense. And I was talking again, another friend of mine, he's like, what you talking about, coach? No, man, the offense is going to be ready. Man, you look at that schedule. That schedule said we're playing teams, right? That schedule said we're playing teams that are defensive-minded teams historically. The Baltimores. Now, they may be different because Harbaugh not there, right? They're defensive-minded teams. Physical nature teams. And good defensive teams, we're not going to run up and down the field on. No. You can have Pickens and Lamb. Guess what? Good defense is going to be disciplined. They're going to have players. They're going to have athletes over there. And you got to be precise and be able to move the ball in. You can't go out there sloppy and getting penalties inside the red zone and dropping passes, jumping off sides, running misassignments, not complete passes on first down, going out there going on first down and not complete passes. Because we're gonna have a serious discussion later on this in the next week or so about offense and about things that we must fix offensively to be a more efficient, dominant offense. And not to eat the rat cheese that we already thinking about with this offense. So these are the things, man. If we want to be able to be motivated to win, if we want to be able to go out and have a good football team, those 7 things that I said that they're changing, they're already changing. That's gonna motivate us. If you hadn't subscribed, you haven't locked in, we're gonna in the next couple of days, I know a lot about basketball as well. I don't know if my brother that said he know me. Let me go. The guy that said he knew me from Norfolk State. When did you go to Norfolk State? If you went to Norfolk State around the same time, because you remember that. Do you remember when I coached intramural team and won Coach of the Year? With do you remember Mr. Grant? They used to run the intramural thing, and I won Coach of the Year. We didn't win the championship, but I won Coach of the Year. Did you go back that far, or maybe you did? Yeah. So yes, yeah, we got this. This is what this say. This comment here, y'all. Y'all, you see, this is a very good comment. You got to be mentally tough, man. This is about being mentally tough, people. We need to be ready. We have 6 road games out of the first 10 games. You know that's tough, man. Now that means you're gonna be at home a lot going down the stretch, but you got a lot. And one of the road games we consider is a home game, but it's gonna be in Brazil. No, no. Listen here. Let me tell you something. And look at the last part of this thing. He said we have to start getting ready. Right now, this is not a playoff team. And he is right. And I'm giving y'all a news flash. And this is not to discredit his statement. But let me give y'all a news flash. None of the teams are playoff teams right now. The biggest misconception is that we feel the teams every year. Who would have told you if I would have told you last year at this particular ball last year that Seattle and New England will be in the Super Bowl? I guarantee if I would put that question out to 10,000 y'all, we have had nobody come up and say that was going to be the matchup at this time last year. You can't carry over one season into the next. The greatest team sport in history, when teams play the same level year after year, I don't think we give that enough credit. What Bill Belichick done for that long of a period of time in New England, what the Kansas City Chiefs have done, even the San Francisco 49ers. When I win a Super Bowl, but they have played in a couple Super Bowls, and they'll be, I don't know how many NFC championship games, and I don't know how many times they've been top 2 or 3 in the NFC. When you do that type of stuff for a decade or 7 to 8 year spot, the discipline and the know-how and changing parts, coaches leaving, players going, players coming in, injuries, and you be able to maintain that consistency over and over, that don't get a lot of credit. That's, man, that's hard. You know what you have to have in place to do that? You have to have a structure in place that's Teflon strong. For Bill Belichick to have a 10-year run or more where they were competitive to get to what, 9 Super Bowls or what, 6 Super Bowls and lose 2? No, 8 Super Bowls, lose 2 and win 6. I mean, they lost twice. They won what, 6? And how many times they played an NFC Championship game? How dominant did they work for over a decade? Kansas City Chiefs played in what, 7 or 8 straight NFC Championship games, 5 Super Bowls. When you have the target on your back, and every year you have to be consistent, we take that for granted. To the point that we start talking about the teams. That's crazy. I want this guy right here. Thank you for coming into the show. And I didn't go back and address this again. And I messed up my if you I messed up my if people in the chat can tell you, this is my second live stream because I had a live stream that I was on for 50 minutes first, and then I clicked the button and went off of it. But in my first live stream, I spent the first 10, 15 minutes addressing the West Coast thing and just the situation in wedding. And I would please go back. I'm gonna put that the first show as the second one. I'm gonna name this number 2, right? But the first show will be in my chat and it'll be in my box in my playlist, and it'll be named the same thing about IQ, but it'll be there and it'll be on there so you can go and see my comments that I addressed that, man. It's a sad situation, man. It's really it's sickening. So and then I address some things that we have to be very conscious of as we go forward as people in these days' time and be concerned. So I'm not gonna go back and say that again, but please listen. And I understand what you're saying, but go back to that show. I did address it and I messed up and messed the live stream up. So I started the live stream back up and I just started off where I was at because I'm trying to wrap up. But I did address those things, and I wish you to go back there because it's a message in there that everybody needs to see, because it's a message that we have to be very careful and be discerning about the people we in our not in this football thing, not in this football thing, in our own everyday lives, because it's very hard to figure out what is real and what is fake. And we have to have that discernment. So yes, sir. I just want to point out, I'm not trying to avoid your question. I understand what you said, but I wanted you to make sure that you understand that I did, and I'm gonna have both of those in my watch list. So this is gonna be uh IQ, how IQ part 2, and the other one will be part 1, and you can go back and see those things as well. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for please joining in. Thank you for joining in. Man, and like I said, I want to make sure everybody likes, comments, subscribe, man. We want to get in here and subscribe. I love some of the comments we have here, man. Yeah, this is a great thing. When we talk about this, the book of the art of the war, right? Highlights of getting the best out of the individual. That's listen, Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells love this book. The art of war. That's man, yes. Getting the best out of it. Remember, I told you I talked about Christian Parker, and I said about that earlier. And I put it up thing I had a short. Can he make stars? But I hear people talking about they need stars, guys ready made names. Listen, man, guys make names every week. What's up? Stars made every day. There's stars in the sky. When you go out there and watch the star, go out in the nighttime and watch stars, there's new stars being made every day. You know the new stars every day. Stars are being made every day. It's about who wants to be a star, who's dedicated to be a star. Do you put guys in the right spots for them to have stardom? Are guys multi-stars, or they stars of what they do best? That's about 7 roles. Remember I talked about he's gonna get guys there, and he probably could tell a guy like Sam Williams, accept your role, I can make you a star at your role. Yeah. There's guys that do one thing and they're a star at that. The Shark. I remember the guy that used to call the Shark. He used to go down on kickoff returns. He was a star in that one role. So yeah, you talked about that. That's where you got. It's about making stars. All things Cowboy. That is a totally different. We need to and just pray for the brother, his family, and let him God handle this coach. Yeah, man, it's a tough thing, man. These things are sickening, man. We listen. We just know guys through this Cowboys lens. We don't we don't know them. Hey, anytime y'all start putting other things on these other associates with these people, just remember they know these people do a Cowboy lens. There is no. Some of them may have some interaction, but 95 to 100% of it is based off Cowboys. And we don't know where other people have a lot of other stuff going on that's not that's not related to this. But I pray for everybody in this situation. Man, this is the hurtful people that was in it. I pray for the people that was accused of doing it. And I pray for the families of the people. You know, I always say this, man, and y'all go back and watch what I said before. Listen, man, the adversary doesn't want individual bombs. He wants atomic bombs. He wanted to destroy not just one person. He wanted to destroy lives of many. So you have to be very careful of how you move around with the people you move around, and you have to have discerning spirit on all these people that you be around. And I'm saying I'm not talking about people, but you got to get a closer relationship to understand the situation. And you ain't gonna get it off AI. You ain't gonna get it off the internet. You ain't gonna get it off no AI version, no Chat GBT, not no Google. You're gonna have to see people, watch people, pray about them, and meditate over that. And when you seek, you shall find. The answer will come. It might not be the one you like, but believe it. Yeah, man. Seattle was a very good team, and the thing that Seattle had that won them the Super Bowl and New England had last year, they were very smart. When they say about playing the right way, when you hear teams keep talking about playing the right way, that means playing smart, fast, and aggressive. What was the first out of those 3 things? What was the first thing I said? If you playing smart, you already know what's going on. You are freer because you understand the game. So that allows you to play fast. And then you have to have aggressive players that play with that edge. You got those things. Listen, that brings you together as a team. And when a defense is together, let me tell you this, y'all don't understand this. When a defense is together, they are when a defense is together and you add a little talent to that defense, right? And some playmakers and guys who want to make plays, you get this. That's what you get. And I'm already calling it in Dallas right now. Defense is a weapon in Dallas. So listen, man, if y'all haven't liked, y'all haven't comment, Y'all haven't subscribed. We all had, just hey, go out there, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Go out there and share this content with people. We just we gonna give. Like I said, check my bio out, man. We just gonna come straight from the cuff. As I was about to say before I cut myself off. I know basketball as well. So what I'm gonna do in the next couple of days, probably after they decide what how it's gonna go tomorrow, I guess, in Cleveland and Detroit, and then we'll probably have the lockdown of the 4 teams that's going into the playoffs. I got a friend of mine that me and him work together, and we like basketball. We talk about basketball. We're talking about getting together and doing a show to preview the finals. And we just gonna get it from we ain't gonna call ourselves no expert. We're gonna get it from good old guys that just watching the game and feel like we watch some of the things that we just, the common things that we're gonna talk about. He's a New York Knicks fan. And listen, I've never been a Knicks fan. I've been a Laker fan. And my Laker fandom is not as good as it was because the LeBron thing is just crazy to me. It takes away the focus of what the Lakers are. Lakers are much bigger than LeBron. But anyway, but we're gonna talk about it, and he's feel like this might be a chance for him to finally get a chance. And I think the Knicks are doing some good things. And I'm gonna maybe point out those things in that, but we want to try to get those 33 subscribers in there so I can get to that 1,000 mark and we can move on. We want to try to see if we can get some donations so we can get these shirts on the way, man. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, here's my Cash App. That's a Cash App. You can do send some through the YouTube, but this is the Cash App. And make sure if you send a sizable donation, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna keep that in the Cash App and that sizable donation. And when we get up, we're gonna try to get you a T-shirt right off the bat, and we're gonna try to get you a T-shirt because we understood that you would be you're a big person that came into this thing, and then that shirt with the defense is a weapon. But then we come up with some other shirts. We can have a collage of shirts from Coach Marv. Some of these gonna be about the Cowboys. Some of these gonna be about life lessons that's gonna help you, right? And it's gonna be prayer based, just so we can keep on pushing, man. Because guess what? I say it again. Go back to watch my other video that I just got stopped, and I'm gonna have that in my box. Discernment, baby. Let's be able to discern what's real and what's not real. Watch people, watch situations, watch things. Don't just listen, but watch what happens. Sometimes we have to pause. And I know they've been using that pause, and everybody's going, no, you really do. You have to slow down. Slow to speak, quick to listen. Discernment is going to be the key to your survival and your sanity in these days and times. And using the discernment and trusting the source of all good things and asking the advice and leaning on leaning on his understanding and not our own understanding and not AI, not what somebody else saying, studying for ourselves, praying directly for ourselves and surroundings will give you a basis to be able to discern what's right, what's wrong, what's real, and what's fake. As I said on end of my shows, no one and nothing can stop God's will. And I'm gonna add on to that, what you do in the dark will come to light. Thank y'all so much, man, for all the people that came back into the show. Please go back to that show when I posted and put it into my watch box, my watch list. Y'all go back and y'all share that. And y'all share all that stuff, man. Put that stuff out. Thank y'all for the people who called me in here with some great commentary, some good football commentary. Keep following me on all the platforms. Share this video, share it out, Let's support. Let's get these T-shirts out. Let's get this thing rolling, and let's watch this development. And make sure you copy those 7 things that I put down there. So when they start speaking of those things, you hear interviews, you hear people say something, and it falls in one of those categories. Repost my video and repost that and say, hey, Coach Marv said this already. All right. Until next time. Salute. Peace.